So, good morning everyone. This is me, Adnan Gauri, founder and director of iWorkstation. I welcome you all for the iWorkstation BIM series. Uh, I'll share my screen and we'll proceed with the session today. As you know, today's session is about the global opportunities pursuing BIM studies abroad for career success and a better life. Okay, so many of the people I trained, some of them are BIM students, some of them are professionals working in the BIM industry or in the architecture, engineering, or construction industry. Okay, so they are looking for advancing their career in the field of BIM. Now, plenty of the people they are often confused about how they should approach, which colleges they should focus on, which countries they should go, what documents they have to prepare. So today's session is about all these questions. Okay, so many of the people have question about how they can study BIM abroad. Okay, abroad means basically not in your own country, in other country, specific country, right? So here is the list of few documents which I have been prepared for today's session. So one by one I will open all these documents. I'll show to you about what exactly it means and how you can understand the opportunities in different other countries. So we'll start with list of commonly required documents. Okay, so before we begin of applying any of the colleges or any universities in other country like US, UK, Canada, Singapore, China, anywhere, any part of the world where you want to study, Germany maybe. Okay, so you need to have a certain set of documents with you. So what are these documents over here? As we all know, we need a passport, right? We need a student visa. We need an acceptance letter. Without passport you cannot apply for any college, even if you can apply, but yeah, once you are accepted you need to have a passport to fly and go to the other country. You need to have a student visa as well, specific to the country or whichever country you are studying, which also need to be with a proof of financial support, acceptance letter from the particular university wherever you have applied, proof of financial support, whether you have money, enough money in your bank account or not, whether someone is sponsoring you, your parents or your siblings or your friend or anyone. So you have to provide enough support that proves that you have a financial support for studying in the particular college or university. Academic transcripts. Okay, so this is something pretty different than your college degree or mark sheets. Transcripts, it's similar like mark sheets, but it gives a whole impression of what grades you have achieved throughout the course of your study. Okay, so these transcripts you have to take from your university, from your college where you have studied or graduated. Okay, standardized test scores. So some of the universities might require you to have a TOEFL, IELTS, SET, GRE, GMAT. There are so many test scores which is available in the market, but we'll be discussing which test scores or which basically English test the BIM companies are looking, the BIM colleges are looking for. Okay, depending on the country and depending on the course, this varies. Some of the countries they don't even require a test course. If you are already from a college where the speaking language is English, so that's enough if you can qualify. Language proficiency proof, proof of proficiency in the language of instruction. Absolutely, you should have a language of instruction if you are applying for a country where there is the medium of language is English. So you need to make sure that the college where you study has a language of instruction in English, not in Marathi or Hindi or Sanskrit or Russian or German or Chinese, right? So you need to make sure that the language of instruction has been English. Otherwise it's difficult for you to apply to that particular university which is requiring your English language proficiency. Medical examination will be required once you qualify for that particular university. Passport size photographs. Okay, these are basic things, basic documents which you need to prepare in order to get into that particular college. SOP. Okay, this is very common thing which is required in any college, and most of the colleges they will ask you for SOP. What is SOP? It's basically a statement of purpose. It's a personal essay explaining your study goals, your reasons for choosing the particular program and institution, why you choose this particular course. Okay, why you choose this particular course, what makes you motivated in studying in this particular college itself. So these are some of the things which you have to define. So we are also going to look at some of the statement of purpose which I'll be showing you shortly. Some examples of these statement of purpose: letter of intents, letter of recommendations, usually from academic or a professional reference. So what is this recommendation? It's basically like wherever, which college or university you have studied, you would have a head of the department or the principal or any guide or a teacher under who you have studied or taken a course or taken a project. Okay, so these are the people who can give you a recommendation. What are these recommendations? Obviously they will say some good points about you, that so and so person have taken my particular subject, he was a part of this particular project, and he has shown some interest in particular field, example. So letter of recommendation can be from the academic and can be from the professional references as well. What about professional? Like example, you have working in a particular company, you have a boss, you have a senior manager. So these kind of people can give you a professional references as well, or the director of the company can give you a professional reference. So once you leave the company and apply for the higher education, you can ask them for a professional reference. Resume or CV, absolutely. Anyone having a resume or CV, this is 101% necessary. Anyone applying for any colleges or university, you need to have your resume, or you need to either have your CV. Depends on your experience, depends on which level you are currently in. Whether you are in academic level, then maybe only resume is required. If you are having a professional history, then maybe you need to have a detailed CV. Okay. Proof of accommodation, evidence of where you will stay during your studies. Okay, this will be required later on when you actually enroll in the university and when you take a flight and land in that particular country. So during that time they will ask you for a proof of accommodation, where you gonna stay. Okay, this will also be required in the immigration as well. Travel insurance, absolutely. Whenever you travel to another country, you need to have a travel insurance. If something happened to you in case of travel, or when you reach over there you have some disease or you have some emergency situations, insurance will be necessary to taken care of. Okay, so you need to have a travel insurance. All these documents, it is not just mandatory for a person to be shown in the university, but also while you are traveling. Okay, when you go from one country to another country, the immigration officer will check all these documents as well. Police clearance certificate, absolutely. You should have no criminal record. Okay, so anyone having any criminal record may not be able to fly. So you have to clear the criminal record, or if there's any penalties or any legal charges which have been put on you, you have to taken care of those things. Proof of enrollment, sometimes needed for visa application process. Yeah, absolutely. Without enrollment you cannot apply, you cannot even go on a study visa, right? So these are some of the documents which you need to provide in order to secure a job, in order to secure a seat in any university. Now we're gonna look at one by one, what are these documents, which countries are there, what programs are there. Okay, so I'll be also showing you some of the countries. I have made a list for all of you over here. BIM education countries list. Okay, so here are some of the countries list and the list of colleges, the qualification criteria. I'll show from here. Okay, so the name of the institution, the program in which you can enroll, the duration, the qualification criteria, the scholarship, which scholarships you can get, which are the companies which will be hiring over there, the fees, what are the fees in this particular college institution, and the websites as well. So later on I'll be showing you these kind of things. First of all, let's look at the first thing, which is an English language test. Okay, so whenever you apply for any college or university, some of the universities might ask you, absolutely most of the universities actually, they ask you for a language test. Okay, what is language test? It's an English language test basically. Like there are 3 tests which is basically asked in today's time for any kind of BIM universities if you are studying: Duolingo, English test, TOEFL, and IELTS. Okay, so this is the format and the structure, which is fully online, maybe around 1 hour for Duolingo. Adaptive test form includes a video interview. Results will be available within 48 hours. Okay, so this Duolingo is pretty easy nowadays, and after COVID-19 have hit, most of the people, most of the universities, they are considering this English test to be more useful in their uh, intake, because TOEFL maybe it takes some time because the results are delayed over here. Same as well IELTS, it might take 5-7 days, but and also it's a bit expensive. So people usually nowadays are preferring Duolingo English test, which can be done very easily, and you can practice and study online at home at your own convenience. You don't need to go anywhere. And yeah, once you have this test with you, the university have a much more chance of hiring, enrolling you for their particular course. Okay, absolutely. TOEFL is one of the exam which you can do. Reading, listening, speaking, writing, these kind of sections are there basically. Yeah, 2 hours to 3 hours TOEFLs and IELTS. They have a scoring which is different for each and everyone. It may have a scoring from 160 to 160 for Duolingo. TOEFL may have a 0 to 120 score. IELTS may have a 1 to 9. So usually considered 7.5 plus for the good universities. If you have a IELTS score more than 7.5, you are greatly considered for a university. Plus also you are being considered for the scholarship as well, because like most of the countries, they give the scholarship based on the merit. It's not based on your other aspects, like it's based on the merit. If you have a good score, if you don't have any backlogs, if you don't have any failure in any of the subjects, they prefer the candidates with these kind of skill set and these kind of records. The cost may be around very cheap for a Duolingo, like $49 typically, and very easy to give and easy to get it with. Whereas TOEFL is a bit expensive, $180 to $300 depending on the country where you reside. IELTS can be $215 to $250. Acceptance increasingly accepted by universities and colleges, but not as widely recognized as TOEFL and IELTS. Okay, Duolingo is something like most of the universities are now engaging in it, and they are accepting this particular test. Whereas TOEFL and IELTS, it's widely accepted all over the world. Like some of the very advanced universities, maybe in US, UK, like MIT or uh, different other universities in US and UK, they might not accept this Duolingo, but they will accept IELTS and TOEFL for sure. Some of the universities, even without these kind of language test, you still can apply and you still can secure a seat, but the probability of getting a scholarship reduced to just few percents. Okay, maybe in one unit. Okay, so you might not be able to get a scholarship. If you are not considered about or worried about getting a scholarship, then forget about the language test. You can directly apply to some of the universities which doesn't even require you these tests. So it becomes really easy for you to directly apply. I'll be also showing you some of the universities where you can apply and which doesn't require these kind of tests, and without it you can apply it as well. Some of the best universities where you can study BIM around the world. Test environment, I'll skip this part. Okay, so this is about the English test. Next we're gonna look at the statement of purpose. So here I am going to show you some of the statement of purpose, what exactly it is. So statement of purpose, as I mentioned, it's basically defines you why you want to join this institute, why you want to study in this particular course only. Okay, so this is some of the example, like you can mention your name. This is just an example. Program Masters in Civil Engineering example. As a passionate civil engineer, I have always been fascinated by the project potential of infrastructure. Rigorous program equipped me with solid foundation. Like this is should be the usually length of the the statement of purpose. Around 200 to 250 words should be the length of the statement of purpose, in which you are talking about your academic journey, your professional career, your goals and achievements, about something good about the university, why you like to study over there. Maybe some university have a good state of art facilities, or research collaborations, or good connections with the industries where they can land a job pretty easily, right? Or whatever the skills they have developed in the past few years, it will help, the university might help this particular candidate to push in a particular research field or a research aspect. So these kind of things usually mentioned in the statement of purpose. These documents I can share with you later on for your own understanding, to see like how the statement of purpose need to be made, okay, throughout the undergraduate studies, so and so. A similar statement of purpose by Priya Desai. Let's have a look at other documents. Letter of recommendation. Now this letter of recommendation is not from a student, it is from head of the department or from the director of the company, okay, and to whom it may concern, whoever the person is. The faculty of the university might write a letter for you. I am writing to recommend Anil Sharma for admission in the master's program in civil engineering, okay. So I am writing means this person who is writing is maybe the director of one of the company, and he will write the name of the person, the program in which he wants to study. uh, he also mentioned he was supervising undergraduate studies at Indian Institute of Technology, okay. Structural engineering course, contributed significantly to various research projects, okay. Deep understanding of civil engineering principles. His academic performance has been consistently outstanding. So these kind of words you need to mention. Obviously they will mention, but if you mention something really eye catchy, like basically you might have worked on a particular project, and this project you might have published a paper as well. So these things you have to mention, okay. So publishing a paper really helps you stand out in the competition, and the chances of getting hired is increases. The chances of getting enrolled in this particular university increases a lot if you have a research paper or some kind of thing, to whomsoever it may concern. Another thing, recommended Priya Desai for masters in civil engineering, so and so, something good about her, how she worked, which kind of project she has worked on, like metro rail system, smart city development, Tata projects, and I have also done some internships and so on, so forth. So I hope I help you understand what is a letter of recommendation, what is a statement of purpose. Now there is something called as letter of intent. Letter of intent is a little bit similar like a statement of purpose, okay, but in the letter of intent you have to define why you want to specialize in this particular field, okay, why you are choosing this particular course over here. Statement of purpose is a different thing. I may not be able to deeply elaborate in this particular session since I have other topics to cover, okay. So letter of intent, this is an example which you can see. You can see I have the confidence that I can enroll in this particular master's program with the skills and knowledge to achieve my career goals. You have to make yourself convincing enough to the university so that they can give you an enrollment letter. So you need to tell them what skills you have, what education you have, how you are really fit for the student in this particular university, or why the university should consider you for a scholarship or any kind of things like that, okay. So this is the letter of intent example. Another thing, I'll come back. Okay, so statement of purpose, letter of recommendation, letter of intent, English language test. Now we're gonna look at the countries in which you can study. Let's have a look at the countries list. Okay, so here I am going to today showing you only the list of countries, list of universities from Canada, okay, and there are some other countries from other different universities from other different countries as well, like US, UK, Australia as well. Let's talk about Canada. George Brown College, Fanshawe College, Algonquin College, Humber College. These are the list of all the colleges which are there for the masters in BIM, and some of them are also graduate courses which are 3 years, 4 years, okay. The duration has also been mentioned over here, and ahead you can see the qualification criteria. These courses are requiring like TOEFL or IELTS. Then you can see the scholarship, George Brown International Student Scholarship example, and you can see the which companies are hiring: Alice Dawn PLC, PCL Construction, Turner and Townsend, and then ultimately what is the fees per year. So this fees is for 1 year, okay, like 15,000 US dollars for a year, 14,000 US dollars for a year, Some of the universities might have a 7,000 US dollars for a year. Okay. Then you can look over this particular link directly. Once you click on it, you can go directly to the website where you can see. Okay, they might have changed. So this is actually, I have opened over here the George Brown College program. Okay, Building Information Management Program, BIM T412. So you can see over here which year the program is open. This 1 year program is eligible for $20,000 scholarship. 2024 to 2025, you can see the domestic fee, international tuition fee. Okay. Full description, semester, domestic, FAQs you can go through over here, career, like what kind of opportunities you will get after studying these courses. Like a BIM modeler, you can become a BIM specialist, and absolutely when you take that course, you will get a work visa over there. Okay, so like 1 year course, you will get 1 year work visa, and so on, so forth. This is the entire course. What are the subjects they are going to teach about? The management, pre-construction, visualization, Revit architecture, structures, MEP, civil 3D. If you have studied some of these things in some of the training institutes, that's a plus advantage, but it's not necessary for you to do that. You can directly study over here in their college as well. 3D scanning, they will be teaching you how to actually do the 3D scanning using the different equipments, and they will be taking you to the actual live projects where you can work on the field as well. So this is just a 1 year course. I have given an example, like the George Brown College. You can come onto the website and look for more details about how to apply and how the international students can apply for it. And similarly, once you know how to apply it, you can also connect with some of the people who are already studying in this George Brown College, or some of the people who have been working, or the professors who are being there. Okay, so let's say one of the professor I had a chance to take a webinar with, as I'll just show you over here in the playlist. This is our iWorkstation YouTube channel. You can see over here iWorkstation BIM series. I'll come over here.
Wow, I just built the most amazing.
Okay, so one of the professor of this college, I have taken a webinar long time ago. I'll just show you his video over here. His name is Petro Carranza. Okay, yeah, understanding BEP and its implementation. Okay, so I'll just refresh it. Yeah, so you can see over here he's from the George Brown College, and he has come on to a webinar with iWorkstation where he has explained about the BIM execution plan, the needing of it, and how to successfully implement a BIM. And by the end of this entire session, he also explained some of the practical examples where he and his college students have been able to achieve the implementation of BIM using different LODs and different stages. So that was a wonderful session. So you can connect with the professors like him and other people as well, considering the network which iWorkstation have. Okay. So he was a professor in George Brown College, where you can go and find it out. Maybe later you will see the list of all the faculties here in this particular course. You will be able to see his name. Okay, you can even find him on LinkedIn if you just search over here Petro Carranza. He's the one over here. So if I just open his profile over here, you can see, maybe, yeah, he has worked at George Brown College, then independent consultant. Right now he's a professor at Sheridan College, permanent full time. Okay, so likewise you can connect. Maybe Sheridan College name is also over here. Yeah, Sheridan College is also over here. Currently he is in this particular college working as a faculty. So these are some of the ways through which you can connect. Let's look at another course. This is one course which is George Brown College in Canada. I'm going to focus on another course which is named as BIM A Plus. So it's quietly popular in terms of BIM. This BIM A Plus course is in three countries basically: Portugal, Italy, and Slovenia. Okay, and you can get a full scholarship as well if you apply for it. So every year they give a few scholarships, and you can click on it. 14,000 euro scholarship you can get, and the entire course fee is pretty cheap compared to the other courses. Okay, up to two scholarship for 14,000 euros, fully covering tuition fees plus living allowances as well, and also a support of 500 euros each month. Up to 15 scholarship of 5,000 euros partially cover the tuition fees and some of the fees you might have to pay. Even if you some of the scholarships doesn't cover, you can even take educational loan or some different type of other scholarships, and you can combine as well. Okay, so Erasmus Mundus, this is one of the scholarship name which you can see over here. Okay, first and second call you can get these type of scholarships. Some of the companies are there who gonna cover the full tuition fee as well. DI routes, like in the last previous sessions we have talked about these companies. DI routes, they cover the full tuition fee considering if you qualify the requirement. Let's say example, like once you study in this particular university, you have a contract with DI routes that you have to dedicate 2 years of your life working in DI routes. So these kind of contracts you will be there. But if the DI routes ready to sponsor you, so if you have a experience in this particular C# or .NET, then you can contact them and try to get a scholarship. There are different ways through which you can get. Okay, masters. Okay, brief list of main learning outcomes. I'll just go to the program structure. Okay, so there's a program structure. You can see University D, uh, University D. This one is from Slovenia. One is from Portugal, I think. Italy, they have left it out for this year, for the upcoming year. Only two countries are there, but you can cover this in these four tracks. You have to choose it. Later, you will be able to understand what are these tracks and how you will be able to cover the entire coursework. These are some of the sections. Management of information and collaboration in BIM. If you click on plus icon, you can see the overall objectives of this particular course. Modeling in architecture and engineering, parametric modeling in BIM, advanced BIM data, interoperability, 5D BIM modeling. Okay, so one of the best way to study in this university is get in touch with the people who have already studied. Okay, so if you get in touch with the people who have already studied in these universities or the people who have already taken a scholarship, you increases your chances. So over here I'm gonna tell you name of one person, his name is Mohammed Shoaib. Okay, he has taken a full scholarship for this BIM A Plus course in 2019-20, long time ago. So you can connect with Mohammed Shoaib and try to, if you really want to get started with this BIM A Plus course, he can help you with the structure, he can help you with the notes, he can help you how you have to prepare your documents. So these kind of things are possible. Okay, so I hope all of you have enjoyed the session today.